A dog found on the side of a road in the town of Maple Grove is recovering from 8 gunshot wounds and a broken leg.
His name is Sonny. It's a name given to the pup by the Shawano County Humane Society. He's expected to survive a heartbreaking incident, but officials are still looking for a suspect in this. Drew Best joining us live in Shawano after visiting himself with Sonny this afternoon. Drew.
Yeah, Cami and Chris, Sonny is beginning his road to recovery here with specialized veterinary care of Shawano. And despite these heartbreaking circumstances, the vets here say Sonny is handling his treatments really well. Now, the Shawano County Sheriff's Office says the Sonny's wounds are believed to be 2 to 4 days old, which is why Sonny's caretakers are saying it's a miracle he survived since he wasn't located until just yesterday. He's already drinking, eating, and even standing from time to time, even with that broken front leg. Pam Nowak with the Shawano County Humane Society tells me she admires Sonny's spirit and is optimistic he's going to bounce back.
It's everything to bring him as close as we can to where he was and get him feeling better and up and moving around. And it's really important to find out who did this and make the community aware, and every tip helps.
Once Sonny is in safe enough care to leave this facility, he will already have a forever home waiting for him. Sonny holding strong despite a circumstance that could have otherwise been deadly. Reporting live in Shawano, Drew Best, Action 2 News.